What's up everybody, Brett here, and we are back. My YouTube channel, Good Talk Gaming. We're on day 131, picking up where we left off last time. In our Battle Brothers Beasts and Exploration DLC Let's Play. Alright. So, off camera guys, I want to let you know I went ahead and did some stuff. So I got kind of tired of having to show you guys all of these like boring kind of raider fights, which some of you might find very entertaining. But as someone who's beaten the game several times now, I understand how it feels to get kind of worn out on these types of raider fights. So I went ahead and I took a fight here. I crushed them. And then I caught a group of about 11 or 13 or so, and I just beat them here. And I also discovered the withered battle site. So it says here, the sad remains of a merciless battle, an epidemic, or other catastrophe. The survivors dug a large hole and piled all the corpses into it to get rid of them quickly. Ugh. So as I walked by, I saw that it was a ton of ancient auxiliaries, and then a few necro savants. So very similar to that very dangerous battle we had all the way down south. And I would love to take that battle, and I wish I could probably pull in some of these dudes if I really wanted to. There's two groups here and they're very large. I could probably pull them into the battle if I was a little closer maybe, but it's not worth it. In the raider battles, we had some pretty serious RNG. They were focusing down Ramen like hardcore, and he's even healed since then, believe it or not. They had him with one shot from a crossbow. They took out almost all of his entire health pool, and that's why sitting at 60 HP is so scary. And even with three, kite shields in front of him, he's still pretty vulnerable. We need to get some better armor on him, but a crossbow will always be able to nearly one-shot him if he's not up to around 70 HP. So we need to be very aware of that. Even, if we look at, let's say, and this is kind of important to know, so the damage on this is 50 to 70, and he's got 60 HP. So if you ever get a shot that bypasses your armor from, a tier 3 crossbow, characters like Ramen can just die. So we need to be aware of that. So if we get a chance, as he levels, he's level 11, so as he levels now, he'll get an opportunity to you get no more perks, but you will still get the opportunity to level your stats, but you only get 1 point in each stat, and you can still only choose 3. So normally what I like to do is I like to take their chosen skill that's offensive for them, so it'll be range skill, and then I like to fill gaps. If they have really low morale, I like to give them extra resolve rather, or fatigue. I like to fill their gaps with these remaining points all the way up to level 20. So you can get 9 more points. I think that's what that comes out to in a particular skill. But oftentimes, melee defense, range defense, that type of thing. But Ramen may need more hit points. But you'll also notice that we did level here, and we reached 11 on Scaredy, which is great. Not the best rolls, but this is a pretty good fatigue roll, I'm happy to see. And he does have low fatigue for someone who has 3 stars. So that's kind of unfortunate. But we can take that. Wait, before we do that, let's look at his perks. Let's make sure he doesn't have something like dodge or something like that. Okay, we'll take the 4 roll. And I think we pretty much just have to take the 2 roll here and the 2 roll there. And call that good. Yeah, it's nice getting him up to 20 defense there. Okay, he still doesn't have Executioner or something like Steel Brow, and I think those are the 2 that I'm leaning towards. I certainly want Executioner because I have invested in Crippling Strikes, and he is a sword bro because he did manage to get up to a pretty decent melee skill. It's not great, but it is decent. It's enough to warrant him having a noble sword. And what else? Steel Brow is kind of like the easy go-to. But maybe there's a better option. I mean, we could keep it a little different. Maybe give him something like Headhunter. Or Killing Frenzy is kind of what I'm looking at. Making him a little more offensive as opposed to defensive. I kind of like Headhunter. I think we're going to go with that. So, for those of you who are not familiar, it says go for the head. Gain plus 15% chance to hit the head for critical damage each time you hit the body. Bonuses reset upon hitting the head. So, I think that's what we're going to go for, and that seems pretty cool. But this is probably our more important level here because it's going to completely change the dynamics of our team. So let's move this all over here. And we're going to move Lance that way. And I think until we start getting lots of excess brothers that we can cycle in and out during periods where we have injured brothers, kind of like right now, this is going to be our build, guys. And we want to look to Lance now. Alright, so Lance is our soon-to-be second Lone Wolf out on the other wings. A nice 4 roll there for melee skill. Love the fact that he has 3 stars. That's pretty huge. Fatigue, as I've said many a time, is the death of Lone Wolf characters if they don't have enough. So we need to get him up because that allows him to wear heavier and heavier armor, which in turn plays into his Battle Forged perk and will keep him alive. Also, they need to have decent resolve. I don't think we're going to take this 2 roll here, but we may decide to give him, as he continues to level, we may decide to give him 1 occasional point in there every now and again. So I think honestly we're just going to take hit points. This 4 roll is going to translate very well with our Colossus. Yeah, so we basically just gave him 5 hit points, which feels pretty good. If we look over here at Hondo's up to 93. So let's see the differences to see what we can keep the same. So I think all we need is to grab Fearsome, so that we can potentially rout people who are under attack by him, as well as Lone Wolf itself. So we certainly want Lone Wolf. Let's take that. Boom, that's done. And yeah, I mean, Recover could be great to make sure that he never runs out of fatigue. I could see that. Adrenaline is also kind of an underutilized skill, making sure that you always attack first. When you have a character who has extremely low initiative, and you have a scenario where you need to kill or be killed, Adrenaline is a great skill, and usually your lowest initiative characters are the ones who are wearing the heaviest armor, and your Lone Wolf characters are the ones that are going to be wearing that. So here, let's do something different. So we're not going to take Fearsome. We're not going to take Fearsome. So if I'm smashing people with the hammer, I want to be killing them. I don't know how many of them I'm going to actually be scaring, because I'm hopefully they're all going to be dying. So let's try something different. Let's try Indomitable. So it unlocks the Indomitable skill, which grants a 50% damage reduction and immunity to being stunned, knocked back, or grabbed for 1 turn. I'm not sure if this takes action points. I would imagine it does. But we're going to test this out. So now he has this ability. Let's see what it costs. 3 action points. And builds up 20 fatigue. That's some pretty heavy fatigue usage. But, I mean, we have 9 action points in a turn. So that allows us to attack and use Indomitable in the same turn. Granted that we have the fatigue to do so. I'm curious what the cooldown is on this, if anything. I don't know if there is one. We might be able to use this every turn if we have the fatigue, which means I think as he levels, we're just going to be slamming fatigue as much as possible. Without Hammer Mastery and Brawny, his fatigue would be abysmal, and this entire build pretty much wouldn't work. But check it out, guys. This is kind of, what I envisioned from the beginning in this playthrough, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. So the general idea, for those of you who are not familiar, having a Lone Wolf character out on each flank, they're basically heavily armored tanky targets that the AI will chase, and that will allow our central formation here to first and foremost be defensive in the front line with Spear Wall and Kite Shields, defending from range, and Spear Wall defending from being engaged, prolonging that frontline engagement as long as possible. Meanwhile, our archers are winning the range battle, counter-skirmishing other ranged units, and our crossbowmen are targeting heavily armored units, providing that armor-piercing DPS that we will need, especially if we're going to be rocking, hopefully fighting spears by the end of this. And for a nice bit of, difference here, we have the two-handed hammer versus the greatsword. So we'll see which one outperforms the other. They definitely have different roles, so comparing them in a one-on-one is certainly not fair, but they are kind of suited to equal tasks. Alright, I've done all this talking. I've been talking for 10 minutes. Let's just take this easy fight here. There are no leaders. We have a few injuries, but nothing too bad. And we will take this fight. Our inventory is pretty full of junk that we can sell. Make tons of crowns. And we want to prioritize the archers if we can. I kind of just want to take these shots. We miss out on getting things like Overwhelm if we pass and don't have the initiative. But I think they're just going to try and defend their archers, which is interesting. We may take some aim shots if we get the chance. Crossbowmen are especially dangerous, and Ramen is still very much hurt. Let's take a 75% aim shot, and we nailed him. Got him a pierced hand. Don't want to underestimate the enemies here, because they are, at the end of the day, these are raiders. They're tougher enemies. 79% chance shot. We can finish one off. Nope. Didn't get it. Unfortunate. Shoot the guy with the big flail. That's not going to work. Okay, and we want Lonewolf. Let's see how far away we need to move to get it. I think we can just move in here. Yes. And we're going to use Indomitable, because without a doubt we're going to be getting attacked. And if we are, we'll only receive 50% damage. That seems like a very good skill on a tanky character. We could think about moving up here, but we may not need to. Move there, get Lonewolf active. That's what we're scared of, that exact thing. And we missed. That's unfortunate. Ugh. What kind of no-skilled loser uses crossbows? I say ironically. Okay. This is kind of how the formations are supposed to work, guys. Some of these will be kind of trailed off to come down here, and the other ones are going to be forced to try and deal with Lance. Meanwhile, we have this big kind of open field from which we can do whatever we want. Yeah, I can't believe. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. That is horrific. We need to pull back. It's not worth losing any brothers at all. No. No, no, no. Head for the hills. Also, Ragnar is taking quite a bit of damage. He should be okay as long as we can skirmish down some of these guys. I took that shot mainly because I knew it would trigger our Berserk and would give us another kill. This dude has a 2 range on this hook. So we're going to try and get rid of him. Yeah, see that? Don't like that. He's hiding behind a bush. Yeah, I had a feeling we might get him. Good hit. I kind of just want to step up. They've already broken our spear wall. Dang, I really thought we would get that kill. But he just didn't have the armor piercing. Alright. Big hit from Hondo, triggering morale left and right. And that's because he has... Ooh, this is a thing. Because we moved up with Aerocell, Edgel is very much exposed. I think we're just going to spear wall. And we're going to take a big slam here. Ooh, we double miss. I gotta say, I love this Indomitable perk. That's pretty cool. Because we know we're going to be taking hits next turn. Kind of want to try and jump back. But I'm going to be taking so many shots I just can't do it. If I move in on this guy, he won't be able to throw javelins. So I think we do it. He's going to have to switch weaponry. We lose Lonewolf on Hondo, but that might be okay. Aim shot. Ooh. I clinched up a little bit on that one, guys. Yeah, if we can get that guy out of the way. Can we not reload? Is it 6 to 7 to reload? Okay. And the other guy pulls out javelins. Unbelievable. Expecting them to hit me, but he has Battle Forged and Indomitable active. That's quite the suite of abilities protecting him. We're going to take an aim shot on this marksman, and we nailed him. Awesome. Okay, what do we have here? 40%, we'll take that. We actually have shots, we'll take them. From way downtown. We at least applied Overwhelm. Ooh, that sucks. That's a pretty dangerous hit. Yeah, I was expecting that to hit Aerosol and potentially even seriously injure him. Let's take another shot that away. Nice. Dang, I can't quite get there. But I'm close, and I'm going to move out. And now I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to backtrack with these guys. Kite shield up. Just kite shield up there. And let's try and take another big shatter swing. Wow, the damage. Absolutely brutal. Oh no. Okay, great. Yeah, target Hondo. That's exactly what he's there for. I don't mind, good sir. And we'll take an aim shot on this raider. 70%, that's pretty good. We hit the shield, no big deal. And we'll take a 79 aim shot on this marksman. Nice. We could step up. Hope to start doing some damage to him. Another good shot, and we nailed him. So we're kind of out of the woods when it comes to ranged people killing us. God, that feels so good. Hondo is a monster. Yeah, we need to come in here and save Aerosol right now, if at all possible. Nice. Alright, that was step 1. Alright, he routed. Step 2. Dang, I was hoping to kill him and then step onto this guy so he couldn't run away. If we miss one, it's not a big deal. Nobody's paying us to kill these dudes. We're just doing it for fun. Yeah, he tried to run, and he got smashed like a bug. I can try and chase him down. There we go. I'm really liking that Indomitable perk. I could see that giving us a ton of value if he ever becomes very surrounded. He has Underdog, so he takes no penalties, but when the time comes for him to be surrounded by extremely powerful characters, being able to reduce that damage by just huge percentages, 50% damage reduction on top of Battle Forged, making his armor go so much, longer. Alright, we're going to tie him down. Oh, we missed. That sucks. So we're not going to run him down. It's over. Did we get any levels? No more levels. We got some decent loot, though. A lot of tools, a lot of crowns, good supplies, more silver to sell, and just a ton more junk to add to our ever-growing collection. And it's nice because we're exploring at the same time. It's kind of... Oh wait, go down, go south. What are you doing? It kind of sucks because we're kind of wandering aimlessly, it feels like. without a good quest. Undead. I'm gonna leave them alone. I don't really care. Unless they engage on me. I'm just not interested. It's not a challenging fight. And our inventory is full. So at best, we're essentially just trying to get some, like, pretty weak experience. Yeah, and I would be surprised if they engaged on us. Goblin Raiders, a bunch of Wolf Riders. Man, I would love to kill some Wolf Riders right now. Have we healed up at all? Very little. Wolf Riders are a very cool enemy. I mentioned before, they kind of gave me hope at some point that they would add cavalry to the game. They're not a particularly difficult enemy, not for us at this point in the game. They're essentially goblins riding direwolves, and when you kill the goblins on top, you're essentially then fighting direwolves. So they're very interesting enemies in that way. They have very high initiative, very high movement. They can cross the entire battlefield like ASAP. So you need to be ready for them. These are very decent prices to sell. So we're just gonna unload here. This is about as good a place as any. And I think we should just go ahead and do that. No point scrounging for pennies when we can just unload. Make some fat stacks. Oh, didn't mean to sell that spear, but that's okay. We'll get more. We're working on trying to get... Let's organize a bit. We're working on trying to get fighting spears. That's our next get. Love watching our crowns go up. It's a good feeling. 7 days worth of food. That's very good. Sell that bill hook. Sell that pike. Yeah, we're over 5k. Awesome. Alright. Do they have anything we want or need? No. I don't think so. Not in there. We can check the tavern. Let's check our brothers and see how they're... Yeah, they're all like euphoric. Giving them drinks is probably not what we need to do. And they're telling us about a place we could probably just find on our own by wandering around. See what they have, who they have for hire. I don't think we need anybody named the Paranoid in our company. Okay, let's see what they want us to do. Some sort of 7-day beast slaying adventure. $83 crowns per head, up to 20 heads, and another 560. We'll need some time to think about this. I would much rather try and get into the fight here. No, we don't need none of that. Let's pause for a moment. So essentially what they're giving us license to do is roll around to Friedewald, I think then Brunelin, then come back to Grafenhaven. Which is a nice little quest, but man, I'm trying to get not do any more of these like lame fetch quests, and then we may not even find good beasts and things to kill. The only beasts I really want to kill at this point are, much more difficult enemies. We always have this witch's hut we could go and explore. I know it's a much tougher fight. Our resolve is a lot higher at this point in the game. We have tons of dogs that we could use to try and, get to the witches. It could end up honestly not being that tough of a fight, or it could be a fight where we instantly get hexed on Aracel. Aracel turns around and one-shots Ragnar, and then, the fight just snowballs downhill from there. I think this is kind of an in-game, unique, kind of legendary location. So we're going to go to that when it's appropriate. We're not far off, but it's probably not going to be today's episode. So since we have nothing else to do, we're not rich by any means, I think we kind of just roll with this and see what kind of mischief we can get up to along the way. So let's head to Friedewald. Look for beasts. Actually, this doesn't even require it to be beasts. We can fight anything. But what I like to do, I like to just take the roads, go to the cities, go to them just like right off the bat. See what their stuff is, see what their quests are. See if we could pick up supplies. Get that out of the way, and then I can spend the rest of like the days, usually 6 or so days, exploring. And trying to find these enemies and track down the heads. And if you run into somebody along the way, that's great. You know, I would love to find like some enemy like those Goblin Wolf Riders. That would be pretty cool. And a first on our channel. Everyone's doing good here, and we might want to hang out around Brunelin, because now all we have to do is go back to Grafenhaven. Speed this up a little bit. There might be some enemies down here for us to fight. We can get up in the mountains and see what we can see. Yeah, there's 15 undead. That's a lot of heads for us right now. So I think we're going to take that fight. And we can go ahead and slow it down and check out what they are. Yeah, a bunch of zombies, some Geist, and a Necromancer. Not a fight that we've seen many a time. Ooh, and an unknown garrison. Thankfully, we did not engage them close enough to the garrison to have the garrison reinforce them. Or to turn it into some kind of three-way fight. That could have been interesting. Haven't seen a three-way fight yet. But we're just going to pass and pass and pass until they start moving up. And then we'll spear wall and start shooting them down. See how they move first. And now that we have double, someone's going to be possessed and they're going to run right in the front lines, and then we're going to regret not having spear walled. But now that we have double Lone Wolf, let me finish my thought here. We can go up and around and really start to pressure characters like Necromancers, Witches, things like that. Because we're not tied to our front line anymore. Okay. But it doesn't hurt to kind of clear the way for them. You know, we had the opportunity here to get one of these enemies out of the way. Yeah, Necromancer's up here. Probably going to have a bodyguard. See if we can kill him. If we can kill him, we can basically waste the Necromancer's turn, which feels great. Perfect. That was a pretty limp shot, Ragnar. Pretty limp. Alright, let's get up there. Go as far as we can. And I know a lot of you are people that play this game on your own. I'm very curious what you think of my strategy. I know we talked some in the comments section. I talked to some of you pretty regularly about what you think, you know, what you would like to see next, or what you think would be a great strategy. And I want you to know I really appreciate those type of talks, because that's exactly what, you know, I made this channel to talk about. And I'm curious, you know, what type of builds do you do at this point in the game? What do your formations look like? I used to watch people play this game on YouTube myself before I ever decided to make a channel, and I've never seen anyone do my particular build. I don't think I don't think it's unique. I don't think it's the best build there is, but I do like it. And I'm just curious if anyone has seen something similar, or what you guys do, or are, you know, getting up to at this point in the game. We'll hold our ground and see what they do. But check out the battlefield. How unique is this? I remember a few of my first playthroughs where I kept all my brothers together. You know, I had about 5 or 6 archers in the back line, and then, you know, a mix of two-handed and one-handed weapons in the front. And I had a kind of a very simple strategy. But as I've played more and more, my strategies have evolved. And I think some of that comes from understanding the AI and how they work, and not necessarily trying to abuse it, but to kind of make the most of what you can do in the game. Yeah, we can afford to step out here. Now that we start to see the Geists, man, Hondo is just a killer, an absolute killer. Yeah, let's move forward. We have to expect some of them to resurrect, but they never even made it to our front lines. How crazy is that? Dang, I was hoping to kill him. Then we could potentially, yeah. I was hoping to get Hondo in range of being able to jump up there and take out that Geist, but that's not going to happen. So at the very least, we need to try to make sure that he doesn't take a hit from a zombie on the way out. The odds of us hitting there are like, I mean, they're exactly, I was going to make up some number, but they're exactly 5%. Yeah, there we go. We got lucky, but that usually doesn't happen. Yeah. I feel like it's slightly higher than 5%, and I've heard other YouTubers say the same thing. So it may very well be, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, if it, you know, just was a strict 5%. Okay. We've nearly got them all down. We just want to close the distance on this Geist, and we did. Awesome. And our archers can take care of themselves. They're not weaklings. Maybe not the wisest move to jump directly in between two guys that might get resurrected, but I think we're fine. And the Necromancer may do something to resurrect, like 2 more. Wow, that's a lot of dudes. Nice. Feels good just to go boop and drop them. Yeah, he brings them right back. What a jerk. Man, I love Berserk. In my humble opinion, it may be like the best skill in the game, the best perk in the game. I mean, look what we're able to do. You just can't do that type of thing in this game unless you have Berserk. Okay. There we go. We knew someone was hiding in the bush there because we couldn't step up into the bush, even though we had the points to do so. So it's a little bit of a dead giveaway. Nice. Being able to hit it there from the low ground felt pretty good. Decapitation, you ain't coming back. So I was checking out some things on like the official website to kind of brush up on some of my knowledge of some of the intricacies of some of the more advanced units. And I tell you that because something came to mind just now. In one of the previous episodes, we fought a fallen hero. And I was just kind of, you know, blah, 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 reading through all the stuff I pretty much already know. And I came across something that I actually completely forgot, which is that fallen heroes can fight even after they've been decapitated. That is not something I know. I'm pretty much positive that if you decapitate a zombie, they can't come back, right? But not a fallen hero. They can come back, which makes them very, very scary when they can come back and then be possessed by a necromancer. They're at that point they're much more formidable opponents. Looking to get a big hit here from Lance. He's out of ammo, but never fear. Yeah, and that's what we do. Yeah, we really don't care who we hit there. We just want to close the distance on this necromancer. Keep him from running. Make him pull out his weak little knife and start trying to stab at us. Jump here, shoot here. Oh, and he's bald. No, it looks like he shaves by choice. Okay. No need to ridicule him. Guys, I have nothing against bald people. I don't care at all. I don't care. Honestly, I think if you're like losing your hair, just shave it, man. Just go bald. There's nothing. If you're a man, there's nothing wrong with going bald. Now, if you're a lady and you're starting to lose your hair, then you know, do what you got to do. You can always do like a full. What's her name? Sandra Day O'Connor. Yeah, Sandra. A little before my time. Okay. Nice. Can we end this, please? Alright. That's a lot of heads for us. Pretty easy battle. Nothing we really want. junk, more junk to sell, more crowns, more empty crowns. But what's in here? More undead, potentially. But at the very least, it will give us 5 more heads. We can roll back into Grafenhaven, richer men. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in there. Did we level? I didn't notice. No, okay. We have some brothers who are actually very close to leveling. I would love to fight some more greenskins. Haven't fought any of those guys in a while. 28 undead, all trash. Alright. This is getting to be the undead episode. And I'm sad, guys. I'm very sad because the whole war between the noble houses is certainly one of the more interesting in-game crises that can happen. But we haven't been able to make full use of it, and that makes me sad. The undead in-game crisis I really just hate, because I hate fighting the undead non-stop over and over and over again, mostly because they don't drop any interesting gear. It just makes it boring. It's like you're basically just fighting them for experience and loot. The greenskins, however, are super fun, I always find, to fight. I just love fighting them. Something about it feels thematic to me. Probably just from the days of playing like Warcraft 3. Always feeling like a bit of a footman myself, fighting against the big orcs. We'll target down the guys in armor who have weapons that can actually hurt us. Unarmed zombies are essentially no threat to us. But a guy with a mace can still bash us in the head. If anything, you know, maybe this episode will just be to demonstrate the effectiveness of this build, which I am perfectly okay with. Alright, we found the Necromancer. Perfect. Waste his turn. The Lance does not mind whatsoever if he gets surrounded. Yes, his morale is taking a bit of a dip, his resolve rather, from being a bit surrounded, but as soon as he gets a kill or two, it will jump right back up and he'll be fine. Man, I would love to miss and hit that Geist. That would feel awesome. We honestly want them to be surrounded. That's where the build really comes in. So now we can use Shatter, and we can hit 3 enemies at once, and we do. I don't think there's any need to use Indomitable. They don't have any of the effects that it prevents. Stuns or, you know, knockbacks, things of that nature. Spear Wall is going to do us well. And we could take a round swing here. Nice. Would have been great to get a kill, then we could have killed both of them with a reset. Yeah. Also could have potentially passed priority to see if one of those other guys would jump in. Nice. Man, I thought we were going to get the triple. The triple was the dream. Just look how many enemies they're diverting. This is why the build works. We'll pass. I just don't think unarmored zombies can hurt him. Otherwise, I would certainly use his Indomitable. I think we're fine. The only threats here are from the Geist causing us to route in certain ways, chain routing. But if we kill off the zombies, then there's no DPS behind the routes. It's like, okay, we routed. It's like, now what? We'll just, you know, we'll rally any minute now. Yeah, this is the only scary thing. And we can manage to pull him back, I hope. Yeah, I was hoping to get lucky. Yeah, this is a bit scary. May want to consider not using this strat whenever we see Geists. just because this can happen. Just hoping for the kill, for the reset. But he's going to try and get out of here. And he'll probably take hits, but they're just not... Well, these are actually kind of decent weapons. But here we go. We're going to step up. Damn. Aerosol has really high melee attack, but I just don't think it matters against Geist. If we step up, we can't swing, so there's no point. Alright, spear wall it up. Let's go for the big hit again. Nice. And that's a triple. That is a triple. Spear wall. Spear wall. Oh, and he's fatigued. Can't take any more shots. That's okay. Yeah, Hondo's having a rough time. Unfortunate that they were able to break him. We may need to consider boosting his resolve if we can. He is level 11, but as he levels, we may want to consider putting our next 9 levels worth of points, 1 each, into his resolve, because that is a weakness that they have as lone wolves. Ooh, and they routed Isaac, which means our spear wall has dropped on this side. A lot of enemies. Okay. That'll do. We can kill this Geist. Damn. Trying to get lucky instead of taking the easy zombie shots. May come back to bite us, may not. We may... Damn. Now we can't do that. I thought for sure one of those 2 hits was going to get the Geist, but... May have been worth it there to try and rally. Out of ammo. It's a good problem to have. That means we got to shoot. And we could start doing something like this to try and help Hondo just get out of there. Yeah, we're gonna move in. Dang, I want to take the shots on the one on the low ground. I honestly don't know how if that helps us. It may not. Alright. Nice. Good hit. Took out all the armor. That's rough. Yeah, we need to try and save Hondo if we can. Okay. Alright, Aerosol is going to have to rally the troops, and we may need to get our banner out now. It's really becoming a problem. Hondo's armor is taking a beating. He's not really safe anymore. And we need our rally to really work. So we helped 2 of them, but Yaku is still wanting to run. Can't miss shots like that. It's pretty bad. Oh, and he's bleeding now. Good to remember that Hondo does have a huge HP pool, so bleeding is not necessarily like the worst thing for him. But of course, it's still not great. Step in on these Geists. Nice, good kill. Move in here. Give him a penalty to attacking us because we're directly in front of him. And we'll step up. Come back, Isaac. Alright, Hondo finally made it out of combat with the zombies. And Yaku took a really hard hit from the Geist. Okay. Take a step back. I mean, we've whittled them down. They started at 28. We're not doing terribly. I think if we can survive kind of the morale checks. Of the next turn, we should be fine. Wish we could drop an extra few dogs. Oh, that sucks. That just moved us away from the Geist. Damn, and now our sergeant's fleeing. We have a second bastion of leadership in Ragnar, so we can always rally the troops with him. And they're going to try and re-surround Hondo. Alright, Ragnar. Alright, and we saved Scaredy. That's good. The fact that we did not save Aerosol sucks because he could also use Rally. Dang, I would really like to help Hondo escape from these goons. Too fatigued. Let's switch. It's pike time. Come back, Isaac. Alright, Hondo made it out again. One Geist down. Can we get another? Damn, that would have been great. Aerosol is now running. It's time to get out that big axe and see what we can do with it. Oh no, come on. Witherfang, that was not the target, buddy. Ooh, if he would have got both, he would have been the hero Oz. Getting one was great. I don't want to get greedy, but we're going to have to rally again with Ragnar. Our dog will probably die, unfortunately. And no one is really close by anymore to help. Can we move and still rally? We can. Yes, and we saved them all. Great. Alright, that feels good. What else can we do? That feels pretty good. We're freeing up brothers to do different things. This is turning out to be quite the terrifying fight. Just through sheer numbers and attrition. A lot of our strategies just kind of not the best versus the undead. Alright, he ain't coming back. He's not going to be in Rush Hour 3. So, can we step up and kill this Geist? Yes. That's like problem solved, guys. We're in it now. Fortunately, we step up here. I think we step up here and just give him another target besides Hondo to swing at. And without a doubt, some of them will resurrect. We may still lose our dog, of course. He's possessed, so we're almost certainly going to lose our dog. Move up, stab. Nice. Yep. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, we knew we were going to miss that, probably. Just sort of the way it goes when you bring a long axe fully into melee range. You want to be standing back when you do it. Yeah, we don't want to get into melee with them. We want to bring someone like Burnfried in the front. We'll move in with Ramen. So while this fight has been rough, it has not been like catastrophic or anything. But it very well could have been. You can see how quickly fights against characters like Geist can go down south. Which is why I'm so reluctant to fight the Hexen, or the Hex, the Witches. Or the Alps. And I'm actually just remembering that there's an entire type of enemy that we haven't even seen yet in this game, in this playthrough, and that's the Treemen, the Ent characters. I can't remember what their actual name is because I haven't seen them yet. It's kind of crazy when I think about it. Yeah, glad we did that. Missing twice in a row was probably a little unrealistic. That's okay. Yep, all those misses are not great. Let's get on this Necromancer. Maybe we can kill him and take him out of this fight. Okay. Let's get our pike out. Burnfried is too tired to do anything. That felt great. Goodbye, Necromancer. Please give me some legendary loot. I mean, I'm killing a lot of bad guys. I'm doing a lot of cool stuff. Taking a lot of hard fights. All I want is some legendary loot. I just don't think I'm going to get it. Not from this place. While it was a big battle, it didn't have any of the... It didn't have like a fallen hero. You can... Oh, I didn't mean to move him. You can definitely get a lot more legendary type loot from units like fallen heroes. They have a chance to drop it. Yeah, what I was most worried about was him taking one more shot at Hondo. Which is why I'm kind of upset we haven't been able to kill this dude yet. Alright. Dead when it counts. Alright, that feels good. Only 3 left. Man, I started this video by telling you guys that I took like a raider fight to like save us all some time so you didn't have to watch me kill raiders anymore, and instead you watch me kill zombies for an hour. Hopefully my commentary was enough to keep you entertained. I hope. There's only one guy left. That is until they resurrect like 2 more, and then we gotta do it all over again. Okay. Should be able to kill him now. And then move on with our lives. Alright. And we got 2 levels for our troubles. Not bad. More silver stuff to sell. More junk. God, give me a legendary. Alright. But we did get all of our heads, which was the important thing. That's what we were here for. I kind of want to get on top of this mountain real quick just to see if there's anything around here. Okay, maybe not. Can I just fight some more unholds, maybe? Get some more cool, unique crafting stuff. That's really what I want to do. I think the tree people, it would make sense if they live in like a huge forest somewhere. And there are some pretty decent sized forests here, like Temple Grove seems to me like the perfect name of a place that would have tree dudes in it. And when I look out and see all the other like heavily wooded areas of the map, I think we need to go kind of explore them. Yeah, 2,220 crowns. That's a lot. We're up to almost 7 grand. We're going to pass that up in just a second. Yeah, this is a decent place to sell, so we're going to do it. Let's organize a bit. Anything we missed? Missed one of these rings. So we're up to over 8k. So if anything, we made gold this playthrough. We're going to buy these tools just because we need them. And we'll buy the mead because it'll give us an extra day. Buy the fish as well. Yep, 6 days. Feels good. And there's probably absolutely nothing else that we want here, including this contract. Can't imagine it's anything I want. Secure the ruined herbalist grove near Grafenhagen. Sure, whatever. They just like propped up some ruins for us to come here. This is interesting. I've actually never seen this before. Could this be something new? It's pretty cheap. Brigands scurry from a campfire as you near the herbalist grove. Surprisingly, they arm themselves and come out to defend their newly acquired territory. What a ridiculous fight for us at this point. We'll take it. Whatever, we slaying brigands. And unfortunately killing dogs. We should have leveled our guys also before we did this fight. But what a ridiculous fight for us to take at this point in the game. Kinda not fun. But look, if anything, this will show you all how strong we are. As we mow down these peasants for a lowly 500 crowns. Yeah. No man escapes here alive. Except maybe this guy, because we probably can't catch him. And as bad as I feel killing dogs, if it's them or us, it's gonna be us. I was gonna go for the greedy shot. And there we go. No one escapes us alive. Guys, if you could be either Chris Tucker or Jackie Chan, which one would you be? Genuinely curious. Because I honestly can't answer that question myself. We'll move up here. There we go. The Rush Hour movies are like the best movies to quote. Beautiful line of sight there. And this is going to end today's episode, guys. I'm basically like losing my mind rambling at this point. I may end up playing even more off camera just to get us into some kind of cool situation. The last thing I want is for you guys to stop watching the videos because you're not entertained. And I hope that doesn't happen. And we shot Aracel in the back. Because of course we did. How unbelievable would it be if I accidentally killed our sergeant in this like easy nothing battle at the end of an episode? That would just be ridiculous. And we'll take all of that unbelievably valuable loot. When I saw like an herbalist grove, I was like, is the game just gonna like force feed me an encounter with the tree people? That would have been sweet. But nope. Wait, what the hell just happened? What is this? What's going on here? The builders thank you for getting them to the herbalist grove safe and sound. They then turn and begin work, spreading out amongst the location and turning their hands to what tools are about them. The snicker, snacker, and snoring haw of hammers and saws echo behind you as you leave to return to Alvar of Grafenhagen. What a weird little like side thing to that. It's right here. I mean, I guess if someone was like there... Oh, I guess we were just helping them to restore ruins. That makes sense. So that's why that was very new to me, guys. I haven't seen any of the quests yet that help you restore formerly damaged buildings to back to normal. So I was kind of confused, honestly. I was like, what the heck kind of quest is this? But it makes sense now. It makes sense now. So for those of you kind of slamming your heads against the screen, telling me, dude, it's to repair the ruins. I get it now. I get it. It does, in fact, make sense. I'm just a big dummy. Oh, we're almost out of ammo. Thank goodness I noticed that. We'll just grab some more tools. Doesn't matter what the prices are. We gotta pay them. No, we'll get drunk. Whatever. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for today's episode. We're gonna call it here. And like I said, I may decide to play a good bit off camera, like maybe an entire episode's worth, just to get us to the point where something interesting is about to happen, and then I'll bring you in for that. You know, I know some of you love this game, and you could watch me slay raiders all day, but I know some of you want to see the new content, and I'm going to certainly try and bring you that, even if it means we got to go over to the witch's hut and experience the pain and misery that that's going to bring us. I'm willing to do it for the sake of entertainment, guys, and I hope you enjoy that. So once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like the video if you did actually enjoy it. If not, do what you gotta do. I prefer it if you didn't just like my videos, though. I'm not gonna take it personal. I'm just saying. Alright, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.